washes today. That colony on the end has already made 4 supers of honey this year, and I'm really impressed with them. And they're one of the colonies that I have. They're what I would call second year. So I put them in the breeder potential category. So they have to survive 2 winters and they have to have good scores. And so this colony right here, I just mite washed it. 4 mites out of 400. I took a really big sample. So that's 1%. And like I said, the queen is from last year. The colony has never been treated. The colony wasn't treated the year before that. So this colony has 2 years of mite pressure, potential mite pressure, and has 4 mites in a wash out of 400. So 1% infestation. Brood nest looks fantastic. And as I said, they've already made 4 supers, and they were a nuke this year. So they went through last year, and they went through all last year. And then coming out of winter, I put them in a nuke again, and I moved them to this yard, new yard, with a number of other potential breeders and some other bees. And I moved them out here, and I've been watching them all year. So they were a nuke. They built up 2 supers to a brood, and then they made 4 supers of honey, which is pretty amazing. So that's impressive. And then I just got done mite washing this colony. This colony only made like 1 super of honey this year. It never built up strong. However, you can see a lot of removed brood and whatnot in it. And I just mite washed them, and unfortunately I couldn't find a mite in there. Boom. Now, do I want to make this colony a breeder? Well, kind of. I mean, it has something really good. Now these bees are more gentle down here. The temperament in these bees is amazing. They've always been amazing since that queen's been in there. I'm not in love with the temperament on this colony. I'd call that about a mid-range. This is about, I don't like bees that are aggressive at all. And they're not aggressive until you get them open. And then they're not terribly aggressive, but they have some aggression, okay? And keep in mind, we're in the middle of August. I'm out here, it's like 6:30, 7 o'clock at night, maybe, 6 to 7 o'clock. So it's evening time. It's complete shade here where I'm at, as you can see, So I would expect the colony to have a little aggression. But I couldn't find a mite in there. Nice big sample. Here it is, I'll show you. So basically, I threw away the bees, already dumped them, but you can look in here, and this is what this magnifying glass is for. So you can see, and I don't have a single mite in there. Well, maybe 1. Nope, it's not a mite. I was looking right there in the middle, somewhere in there. That's not a mite. That is a bit of something like maybe a piece of dust or dirt or something. But anyway, no mites in this stinking colony. What are we going to do with all these mite-free bees? This stinker here, this colony here, is that queen is the same age as the one that's down there. So I've got 1 more to do. I'm only checking tonight the potential breeders. So I've got this colony. I did manage to keep this one from swarming this year and this one from swarming, and I'm pretty sure this one hasn't swarmed because of the number of bees. And these guys made 2 supers of honey. So I'm going to go in there and get a mite wash off them. I will show you what those numbers are if I don't forget. This colony was a nuke too, but I just took the top board off because I had already harvested my supers and put supers back on for goldenrod. And look at this colony. I mean, look at that. I bet you that this super is already half full of honey. I am going to put another super on here, I think, but I'm going to get a weight on it first before I do it. Now, I don't have an excluder on here. So I got to watch out and make sure my queen's not up here, because that could bring a bunch of bees up if my queen is up here. So I'll check that and see if she's up here. But I would venture to guess that they probably have a lot of honey already, or nectar going in here. And I just put this on 3 days ago, 2 or 3 days ago. Yep. So anyway, here we go. So I feel like I had to show you this. I pulled the middle frame out here, and look, they already have honey. They're capping here. And that little white spot down in there is open. Okay, but everything in this whole area has honey all in it. You can see it right there. I believe you can see it. Okay, so they're already filling up this top box. I'm gonna have to put a second super on this sucker. So anyway, cool. So as you can see, I'm taking a massive sample here. So that's at least 400. So yeah, that's a huge sample. Okay, so there's going to be no arguing with this one. And I did a huge one because I thought there was a really good chance that this one wasn't going to have any mites either. This colony's pretty rad. By the way, I found the queen on the drone frame in the bottom box, and the one in this box was on the drone frame in the bottom box, which I thought was kind of interesting. All right, let's go ahead and put it here. I don't see anything. Okay, there's one mite. See that? One mite right there. That's it. So one mite in a sample of probably what, 450 to 500. That's awesome. I'm so proud of these bees. So anyway, you know, that's it. I'm done checking these breeders in this colony. Gonna put the old, it's getting late in the evening and I'm tired and sweaty, and the bees are not exactly excited about my presence anymore. I'm gonna put a super on this one. I forgot, I need to do that. But anyway, so awesome stuff, man. Take care.